So with Fikile Mbalula now elected ANC Secretary General, his exit as Transport Minister is inevitable, and the Automobile Association is urging President Cyril Ramaphosa to make a strong appointment to the position. Let's speak now to the AA spokesperson, Layton Beard. A very good afternoon to you, Layton. Good to have you with us today. So how big and how difficult a task awaits whoever will become the new Transport Minister?
I think it's a huge job that's awaiting them, Fikile. Thank you. Good to be with you. The portfolio is very big. It is a very big department, and it covers many areas within government that need a lot of attention. Amongst those, obviously, from our perspective, is mobility for citizens. And at the moment, I think that we are severely lacking in that department. So, we are very concerned about road safety. We're very concerned about the state of our roads. We're very concerned about vehicle safety. And most importantly, I think we're very concerned about driver behavior, which at the moment appears to be very poor and has been for many years. And unfortunately, there hasn't been any improvement in our statistics in terms of road fatalities over the last 10 years. Certainly, since Minister Fikile Mbalula took over, that situation has not improved. In fact, from 2019 to 2021, that situation has gotten worse.
What is working, though, Layton? I mean, you look at rail. We know the issues there are well documented. There are areas where train systems don't run anymore because infrastructure has been so badly damaged. Much is the same for roads. I was just in the Free State recently where there isn't a street in Bloemfontein, for example, where you can drive without potholes. You look at air travel. Most people still cannot afford that in South Africa today.
No, they can't. And unfortunately, in our view, resources are being diverted into private companies that, for us, don't need it. And we mentioned in the release that is the basis of this interview, the situation with Cartrain and Bombela, where they receive, billions of rands through the so-called patronage guarantee. Money, in our view, that should be going to other transport initiatives that benefit a lot more South Africans. But you're absolutely correct. The state of our roads is extremely concerning. The state of our drivers is extremely concerning. And one of the things that we've mentioned as well is that we need a lot more traffic law enforcers on our roads, Fikile. And that's not the AA that's making that point. This comes from a ministerial task team that was appointed by the previous Minister of Transport. And they found we need double the amount of traffic law enforcers than what we currently have. In our view, we probably need more than double, but that's a good start. So, these interventions that happen over the festive periods, that's great, and obviously we welcome that, but you're not going to change people's attitudes over a 2 or 3 week period. It needs ubiquitous, constant education and campaigning throughout the year, not only for adults who are driving already, but for school children. So there are many, many challenges that lay ahead, and unless these challenges are addressed and reversed, the situation on our roads and the condition of our roads is just simply going to get worse. So
what do we need then from a new transport minister that would allow them to deal with those, especially in the shortest period of time possible, because they've dragged on for decades in some areas?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take road safety as an example, Fikile. Every year around this time, we get an update on what the festive season fatality rate is. And every year the minister says, well, we need to do something about this. And we've got, and there's a lot of praise for police or traffic law enforcers who did very good work during this period, but it's simply not enough. And, things just carry on year in, year out, and we get the same horrific statistics that point to, in our view, a national crisis on our roads. And we need to move beyond that rhetoric. And that means that the RTMC, the Road Traffic Management Corporation, as an example, needs to be held more accountable. We need a lot more focus on traffic law enforcement and professionalizing that service, making sure that we deal more effectively with corruption. We need certainly a lot more attention paid to our roads, the road infrastructure, not only the surface, but the lights that go around it and, the dealing of the curbs and the sidewalks and all of this stuff as well. So there's a lot that needs to be done. Prioritizing road safety as a criminal offense, in our view, is also very important in terms of the cooperation between the judiciary and traffic law enforcement. So whoever steps into this position is going to have certainly an extremely full plate to deal with. And as you rightfully said, it needs to be tackled in an expeditious manner as possible.
Briefly, you speak about the proper finalization of the e-toll saga in Gauteng. What do you feel is lacking from what government has said so far?
Well, I think we heard last year exactly what government's plans were, and we need to give effect to those plans now. We know that there's plans on the table to reimburse those who have been paying, and the gantries need to be switched off. I think that's essentially where we are. So I think Gauteng motorists are really wanting finality, and they deserve it, and it should come as soon as possible.
Layton Beard, thank you so much for your time tonight.